Video on gold. So this will be a forecasting video, and let's just see where price is. We did speak about gold yesterday, and let's see what played out. So we are on the 1 hour chart. Yesterday we didn't have this trend line here, but we drew in this trend line now because price took out this low. So here's your breakup structure, take it a low. So then we draw our trend line in from point A to point B, and then we carry on. We got this demand zone here. So demand zone, nice basing. This basing was actually created from this gap here. Over the weekend we do have gaps. So Friday, Monday open, we have a gap. So this here is our demand because we got a nice explosive move away. It removed this supply zone. So as we can see yesterday, price came into the zone nicely. We didn't take this trade here because we weren't actually looking for buys on gold. What we were looking for is following the trend downwards, like I indicate here with the trend line, and we have an opportunity to sell at this point here. So supply zone sell, trend line sell. So we have two options at the moment. Let's have a look. So if we are bullish, we're going to be waiting for this trend line to be removed with an explosive candle, and then we draw in our demand, wait for price to come back to that demand, just the way that I have indicated on this arrow. So wait for your explosive move, then wait for price to return, and then we can take a trade targeting the supply. So that's one option. The other option is if we are looking for sells. So at the moment we're currently in a nice position where we can take sells, we can look for sells, because one of our protocols are once price comes to a trend line, we can jump down to our entry time frame, which is your 5 minutes, and then look for entries as a confirmation trade. So being bearish at the moment, we want this demand zone to be taken out because it's already tested. So we only trade tested, we only trade fresh zones, we don't trade tested zones. So what I would like in a bearish market at the moment, reaction of this trend line to break this demand zone and then create more supply for us to take more sales. So let's jump onto our entry time frame, which is your 5 minute. And what do we have here? We have a nice upward trend line, so nice peaks and valleys. We drew in this trend line once this high was removed, and you can see that it was removed with a nice basing candles with a nice explosive move away, right? So if we are bearish, we are looking for this trend line to be removed and this demand zone to be removed. So we're waiting for price to come down this way, and any supply zone above will be a nice entry on your 5 minute chart. So that's the two options. Like I said, this is not financial advice, but this is the power of our strategy and our zones that we draw in and the protocols that we follow. So yeah, this is our social media. You can have a look at our playbook and check us out on Instagram as well. You can send us a DM if you want to trade like us. You know, certain traders are struggling at the moment because they can't find the edge, and I definitely found my edge with supply and demand, and it makes it so easy. I don't have stress while I'm trading. I do not have any pressure, because there's certain strategies that it doesn't follow step by step. You're stuck in this position where you don't know where to enter. You don't know how to place your stop loss. Each trade is going to differ. Whereas with this strategy, your stop loss, your risk is going to remain the same all the time, and you're going to be targeting a 1 to 2. So we can discuss more of that, and I can show you exactly how to do it.